Hey there, and welcome to the Herbal Moon Goddess podcast. My name is Kyra, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to find your luckiest days of the year. So, we're going to be using a bit of astrology in this episode. So, what you'll need to do to follow along and find your own luckiest days of the year is, first up, pull up your astrology natal chart. So you can get a free one from a website like astro.com. Just enter in your birth details. Now, you will need to know your time of birth for part of this exercise to be really accurate. If you don't know your time of birth, that's fine. I'll talk a bit about that as we go through. But first up, I'm just letting you know that you need to have your astrology chart pulled up so that you can work along and discover your luckiest days of the year. Yay! So, there are lots of really lucky days that happen for us throughout the year, but there are 2 days in particular that happen around the same day every year where there's a real concentration of this lucky energy. So for the first one we're going to do, this one, it doesn't matter if you don't know your exact time of birth. This one will still be rather accurate. So it's all about finding where Jupiter is on your astrology chart. So look on your astrology chart and discover the sign and the exact degree that Jupiter is on. Jupiter is the planet of optimism, luck, abundance, positivity. Jupiter is just like this big old happy planet that really inspires happiness and luck into your life. So what we're going to do, now that we know that exact degree and sign that Jupiter falls in on your natal chart, we can find out the exact day that the sun will fall on that exact degree. So you can kind of work this out roughly in your head. So for example, my Jupiter is at 19 degrees Gemini. And so I know that Gemini season runs from May to June. So I can kind of guess that lucky day where the sun goes to 19 degrees Gemini will probably be around the first week of June. But if you want to find out exactly, we're going to be using a website called planetwatcher.com. And you can toggle, there's a little thing up the top there where you can toggle forward days, months, years, hours, whatever, or there's a little calendar section so you can just click through and try to find when the sun goes to that exact degree of your natal Jupiter. So that's one of your luckiest days. What happens when the sun conjoins your natal Jupiter is that the sun, which is all around focus and consciousness, when it goes to that exact point that your Jupiter is on, it's your focus and your consciousness turning to optimism, turning towards luck. So it just happens to be a lucky day because that's what you're focusing on. You're naturally focusing on being really positive and lucky on that day. So to find your second luckiest day of the year, we're going to be using a very similar sort of thing. However, this one, you do need to have an accurate time of birth. So if you don't know your exact time of birth, if you have no idea even what time of day you were born, I would suggest just leaving this one out because it won't be accurate. Because what we're looking at is your lucky star, or otherwise known part of fortune. So this actually isn't like a planet or a star or something up in the sky that you can actually see. It's actually based on a mathematical equation between your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. So this is why we need that accuracy with the time of birth, because you may be aware that if you don't know your time of birth, then your rising sign and perhaps also your moon sign will be inaccurate. So this is where, accuracy can be really important in astrology. So find your lucky star on your chart. Find the exact sign and degree that falls in. And if you don't know, if you're not sure, you're looking at your chart and you're like, which one's my lucky star? It may not be on there. You may need to go back into astro.com and pull up an extended chart selection and then choose the part of fortune. You'll have to scroll down to the bottom of the page to find where you can add in like asteroids and stuff, and the part of fortune should be there. So it's the lucky star or part of fortune is symbolized by a circle with a cross going through the circle. So see if you can find that on your chart. Find out that exact sign and degree that your lucky star is in. And then you can use Planet Watcher or just guesstimate if you're like me and can just manually kind of calculate where the sun is each day. And toggle through, find that exact day that the sun will align with that exact degree. So you can find out more about the energy of your lucky star and your Jupiter and how to kind of harness that luck through the astrology forecasting course. I've just created this whole course on how you can track the sun throughout the entire zodiac wheel to get an understanding of the different energies that will be popping up in your life throughout the year, as well as just being able to predict the future with accuracy by learning how to read the planetary energies and being able to read the planetary transits, what's happening up there in the sky and how that affects us down here on Earth. It's such an exciting course. And if you're interested in enrolling, the link is in the show notes. So I hope this episode was really helpful for you to find quickly your luckiest days of the year. And it's really interesting because looking back, through my journals, I find those days when it's my luckiest days of the year consistently each year, something amazing has happened on those days. It's always been such a positive day filled with luck and new opportunities. So tune in and discover what happens for you on your luckiest days. If you keep journals from the past, maybe go back and see what's happened on your luckiest days of the year in the past. It will be the same day every year. Or, maybe schedule a reminder in your phone. If your lucky day is coming up later in the year, schedule a reminder in your phone so it pops up and reminds you. And something really magical could happen for you. I'd love to know what comes up for you in this episode. Share your insights with me on Facebook or Instagram. You can find me at Herbal Moon Goddess. I'd love to know your takeaways from this episode. When is your luckiest day of the year? Let me know. I'd love to know. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.